everyone, my name is Camille J.C. Sasa. So for today's video, I'm going to have a tutorial video about chapter 5, which is tackles about transport layer. So if you're interested in this video, please keep on watching. So transport layer is a primary responsibilities of transport layer protocols are tracking the individual's communication between application on the source and host destination, segmenting for manageability and resembling the segmented data into streams application data at the destinations, identifying the proper application for each communications. Applications communicates with one or more application on one or more remote hosts. It is responsibility of the transport layer to maintain and track these multiplier conversations. Transport layer protocols have services that segment the application data into blocks of data that are unappropriate size. A header used for resample is added to each block of data. This header is used to track the data stream. The transport layer assigns each applications an identifier. An identifier is called port number. Each software process that needs access to network is assigned a port number unique in that host. A directed broadcast is a message to all hosts on a specific network. It is useful for sending a broadcast to all hosts on a non-local network. A multicast message is a message sent to a selected group of hosts that are part of the subscribing multicast group. A limited broadcast is used for a communication that is limited to the host on the local network. A unicast message is a message sent from one host to another. With the IPv4 address, a subnet mask is also necessary. A subnet mask is a specially type of IPv4 address that is coupled with the IP address determines the subnet of which the device is a member. An IPv4 address is divided into two parts, a network portion and a host portion. A network portion is to identify a specific network on which a host resides. A host portion is identify the specific host on a network as a broadcast message consists of single packets that are sent to all hosts on a network segment. This type of messages are used to request IPv4 and map upper layer address to a lower layer addresses. A multicast transmission is a single packet sent to a group of hosts and as used by the routing protocol such as there are three techniques to allow IPv4 and IPv6 into coexist on a network. Dual attack allows IPv4 and IPv6 coexist in the same network segment. Dual attack devices run both IPv4 and IPv6 protocols simultaneously. Tunneling is a method of transporting an IPv6 packet over an IPv4 network. The IPv6 packet is encapsulated inside an IPv4 packet similar to other types of data. Network address translation 64 allows IPv6 enabled device communicate with IPv4 enabled devices. Multicast, anycast, and unicast are types of IPv6 addresses. There's no broadcast address in IPv6. Loopbox and link local are specific types of unicast addresses. There are three elements that make up an IPv6 global unicast address. A global routing prefix which is provided by an ISP, a subnet ID which is determined by this organization, and interface ID which uniquely identifies the interface of host. A ping command provides feedbacks on the time between when an echo request was sent to the remote host and when an echo reply was received. This can be a measure a network performance. A successful ping also indicates that the destination host was reachable through the network. The purpose of ICMP messages is to improve feedback about issues that are related to the processing of IP packets. When an administrator wants to configure hosts to automatically assign IPv6 addresses to themselves by the use of router advertisement messages, but also to obtain a DNS server address from DCPB6 server, which address assignment method should be configured. A stateless DHCP-B6 allows clients to use router advertisement messages to automatically assign IPv6 addresses to themselves, but then allows these clients to contact a DHCP-B6 server to obtain additional information such as the domain name and address of DNS servers. Does not allow the client to obtain additional information through stateful DHCP 6 server RA messages when combining. A user is executing a trace route to a remote device. At what point will the router, which is in the path of destination device, stop forwarding the packet? When a router receives a trace route packet, the value of the TTL field is decremented by 1. When the value in that field reaches 0, the receiving router will not forward the packet and will send an ICMP time exceed message back to the source. Which network migration technique encapsulates IPv6 packets inside IPv4 packets to carry them over IPv4 network infrastructure? The tunneling migration technique encapsulates an IPv6 packet inside an IPv4 packet. Encapsulation assembles a message and adds information to each layer in order to transmit the data over the network. The translation is migration techniques that allows IPv6 enabled devices to communicate with IPv4 enabled devices using a translation technique similar to NAT for IPv4. The dual stack migration technique allows IPv4 and IPv6 protocol stacks to coexist the same network simultaneously. An IPv6 enabled device sends a data packet with the destination address of FF021. What is the target of this packet? The address is one of the assigned IPv6 multicast addresses. Packet addresses to the FF021 are all IPv6 enabled devices on a link on a network. Is for all IPv6 routers that exist on the network. So that's all for chapter 7. I hope you enjoy watching and please stay tuned in my next video.